Yo, what is up everybody, and welcome back to another Madden 25 online game. Today we got the Oakland Raiders and the Carolina Panthers. Didn't have any Raiders Broncos gameplay for the Monday night game, so I just figured I'd find whatever Raiders gameplay I had because, as I mentioned before, I didn't like playing with the Raiders, especially a few weeks ago. This is my comfort team when I would lose a few games. This would be the team I would turn to and be like, alright, I need to get back to winning. Let me pick the Raiders. And this was part of the time when I was losing a little bit, and I was like, let me grab the Raiders. And you can see why I was losing. That should have been an interception there to Munderland. Thankfully, it wasn't. 3rd down and 7. I got Pryor here as the quarterback, and Pryor has nothing open, so we just take off with him. He's only sending one guy, so that leaves the quarterback run eventually wide open. But what I do want to talk about is some NFL stuff today, because why not? We'll go in and out through this game as well as some of the NFL highlights. Like, I guess the first thing we can start talking about is the Panthers and the Giants, because as you guys know, I am a diehard Giants fan, and the Panthers kicked some ass against my Giants. It was bad. It was bad. We are bad this season. I didn't think we were that bad, but the offensive line is... That's the one thing. If you have a bad offensive line, I think the Arizona Cardinals have proven that over the past season or two. Like, you're absolutely screwed. And our offensive line is just terrible right now. We cannot protect Eli, so Eli can't throw the deep ball. And the Panthers had to deplete a secondary. We couldn't even take advantage of that, and it was just a mess from there. As this dude throws an interception here to Nick Roach. We fumbled the ball early there because I tried doing a little bit too much with Pryor, and Pryor is actually done for the game, which really sucks because, well, the reason why the Panthers are my go-to team is because of the read option with Pryor and McFadden here. And now I can't do that. I got Matt Flynn in the game, though I can still run the ball with McFadden and still pass the ball to him. So we still got that option. Hopefully we can pull out this win, but I'm mad right now because I would have loved to play with Pryor. And I don't know why the hell I always get the key people. The people I want to play with are the people that usually get injured. Like Adrian Peterson would get injured in one game, or here you see Pryor gets injured. I don't know. But anyways, so the Panthers were pretty decent the first 2 weeks. They could have easily been 2-0 heading into the Giants game. They just D'Angelo Williams fumbled one ball, and then it was kind of flukish what happened in Buffalo. But they're not a bad team. They're gonna go 8-8 or something, or 7-9 as they usually do with Ron Rivera. But they kick some ass. And then speaking of kicking ass, the Colts kick some ass. That's one I did not see coming at all. I thought the Colts might have been a little bit shaky, but they held the 49ers to 7 points total, which I definitely did not see coming at all as he gets a big gain here with Cam. And they didn't even need Trent Richardson. That's the thing. The Trent Richardson trade had absolutely nothing to do with the win. Ahmad Bradshaw was a bigger part of the win than anything. And if you guys remember, Bradshaw actually had a pretty... Oh, watch this pick, by the way. Don't do that. Don't do that. Big throw interception here at the goal line. We got him pretty locked up defensively. He's throwing interceptions, but... Yeah, Ahmad Bradshaw actually did some damage against the Niners last year when the Giants played the Niners, and the Giants beat the Niners pretty badly. And once again, Ahmad Bradshaw did some damage. He had like 86 yards on quite a few carries, and Locke did decent enough to win the game. Patrick Willis was gone for quite a bit too, so that had an effect. But still, the Niners... Early in the season, before the season, I made the prediction that the Seahawks would be like 9-7 and the 49ers would be 9-13. The Seahawks will regress a little bit. I think I had the right idea. I just mixed up the two NFC East teams. The Seahawks are probably the 13-3 team, and the Niners might be that 9-7 team, believe it or not. Despite what the Madden 25 ratings will tell you about how the Niners are the greatest team of all time. As here, 4th down, he's expecting to run, and we just throw the out route there to Demarius Mortar, or whatever his name is. But yeah, the Niners, I don't know, something's up with them. Something's up with them. I mean, I don't think they're a bad team, but I mean, that was really bad the way they looked offensively. And Kaepernick didn't have Vernon Davis, I don't think. So you don't have Vernon Davis, you don't have Manningham and Crabtree, and it's just Bolden and everybody else. So I mean, you got to give him a break, I would think, but at the same time, that's a little bit of a problem that Kaepernick couldn't get anything done, especially like the best offensive line of all time, you know. And let's see, the rest of the NFC West, you know, the Seahawks put the pound you expected on the Jaguars. The Rams, a lot of people overhyped the Rams, and I didn't buy it at all, but for some reason I predicted the Rams to beat the Cowboys because of, I guess, me reading stuff online about how the Rams might be decent, and the Cowboys kicked ass. And the Rams, as I thought in the first place, are not that good. Or they're okay, they're just not great, as some people would think, that how they could be like a sneaky 6th seed in the NFC. Nah, not happening. Not after they lost to the Cowboys. Cowboys are, I predicted them to win the NFC East, but there's no way they should be kicking that much ass, you know, especially DeMarco Murray. DeMarco Murray's good, but not 176 yards a game good. And then the Cardinals lost to the Saints, which was expected. They kind of hung in the game. The final score was like 31-7, but a lot of that was just 4-quarter points put up. But they hung in the game for the most part. It was close. I remember the score being like, what, 13-7 for most of the game. All of a sudden you turn around and Drew Brees is throwing a touchdown and it's 31-7, something like that. But I mean, you kind of expect that. The Saints are doing really good this year. I expected them to do good, and they are. I mean, you could tell Sean Payton's effect on the team is, you know, they needed him, and now that they have him, they look good again. And we're trying to get a 2-minute drive going here. We're completely dominating this game defensively. We just haven't completely shook. Here on the third down, we don't have Terrell Pryor to take off, so we try to throw it deep. Cannot get it. But thankfully, we have Sebastian Janikowski, so we end up going for the field goal, which I forgot to put in the video. And then, look at this. We squib kick it. We squib kick it to this guy, and he's gone. That is not what the squib kick was supposed to do. The squib kick is supposed to avoid this kind of thing, and I give it up at the worst time, like 20 seconds before halftime. God damn it. And anyways, moving on, the Dolphins and Falcons game. That was the game I said anything could happen in that game. The Dolphins might be good, the Falcons might be bad, one or the other. It's probably the Dolphins and Falcons are both pretty good. At the end, it was just Tannehill won the game on that last drive. That was straight up what happened. Tannehill won. Matt Ryan didn't have much time to work with. And like I said before, the Falcons aren't going to win as much close games as they won the year before. And once again, Matt Ryan and the Falcons could not pull out that close game. And oh, that sucked. We had a touchdown or at least 3 points before halftime. We got a beautiful play call there, but just an overthrow by Matt Flynn. Now you know why Matt Flynn doesn't start anywhere. Not in Seattle, not in Green Bay. Maybe, well, he could start in Jacksonville, but that's about it. But he can't even start with Terrell Pryor. What am I saying? He might not be able to start in Jacksonville. You can't start over Terrell Pryor. And Terrell Pryor's playing on Monday night, so we don't have to worry about them. The Chargers and Titans game, the Chargers probably had that game in the bag, but the Titans just pulled it out. And I remember when I was watching the Monday night game, I was like, you know, the Chargers might actually be pretty good. They might be better than I expected them to be. And the Titans, I had them going like 8-8. But the Chargers, and I gave up on the Chargers after they lost to the Texans, after they blew the lead. But lately, the Chargers, you know, they got the Week 2 game against the Eagles. Phillip Rivers put them in field goal position to win. And then this game, it just took a great Jake Locker drive. Jake Locker drove like 95 yards to win that game. So that's just like the Tannehill thing. Jake Locker won that game for them. Great throw there to the rookie. But still, the Chargers are still a pretty good team. I mean, I don't know if they'll make the wild card, but I mean, they could, you know, they could run some havoc. You never know what they could do. They might damage the Chiefs' hopes or hurt the Broncos' record a little bit. You never know. Phillip Rivers is that dude. Phillip Rivers is that dude that'll just get animated all over the place. But as we turn here, he got the ball at halftime, and he scored 7 points. And all of a sudden, a 17-0 game is kind of troublesome for us. Though we are still moving the ball in offense, like our offense wasn't really much of the problem. It was just we gave the kick return. That kick return was so huge because we had a 17-0 lead heading into halftime. No way we give up a touchdown with like 25 seconds left. But that just completely changed this game. And now it's an actual game instead of a blowout. But anyways, moving on. The Pats and the Bucks. The Bucks were hanging in that game early. If they would have actually capitalized on some of their opportunities, like I think Vincent Jackson dropped a touchdown. They missed a few fourth downs, like at like their 30-yard line when Shiano tried to be aggressive. Didn't trust Lindell since Lindell wasn't really making his field goals. And I think Lindell missed a field goal anyways. And that's the thing. The Bucks had so much opportunities in the first half to make it a close game. And then the second half, you know, Tom Brady eventually went to work on the somehow like the overhyped Tampa Bay Buccaneers defense. That's another thing, like the Rams, the Bucks defense. I don't think, I'm not sure Gerald McCoy was playing, but either way, I mean, the Bucks, I don't know. I just don't like them. I don't know, it's their defense. Definitely their offense is the problem. I don't know defense is how much of a problem it is because it is still a pretty good defense, but the offense will get them absolutely nowhere in life as we try to lock up the read option here with Cam Newton. But since we had to take the field goal on that drive, I was going to go for it on fourth, but when I did the fake hike, I got a false start penalty. Like, come on, dude. And we had to end up taking the field goal. But now because of that, he has a chance to take the lead here. So we might complete the whole collapse here, blowing a 17-0 lead as we head into the fourth quarter. All we have to do is give that touchdown to complete the collapse, and he is well on his way to getting that touchdown. All of a sudden, we can't play defense on this field. But yeah, so the Pats did that. The Bucks, they're still bad. What other games happened? The Bills and the Jets. The Jets defense is still looking really good. I'm not sure, they still didn't really play any great teams yet. You can't consider the Pats a great team in order 3-0 because of how ugly their wins look. But the Jets defense is still really good. You know, Rex Ryan still does his thing on defense. You can't question that. They got some great pass rushers with Sheldon Richardson, Copels, Muhammad Wilkerson, and they're wreaking havoc on that D-line right now. And that's the Rex Ryan defense. You wreak havoc with pressure, and the secondary is decent enough to hold up. You got Cromartie and Milner at the cornerbacks, and Wilson. I mean, Milner and Wilson aren't really that great, but they're still doing the job. And by the way, here we're going for a touchdown run here with Darren McFadden. Even though we did collapse, we are able to grab the lead back, and we got to go for the 2-point conversion here to make it a 7-point game, a full touchdown game. And we catch him off guard with the play action, thankfully. He's expecting to run out the same formation I just ran it out of. We do play action, and Marcel Reese gets wide open there, and we take a full touchdown lead. And you can tell here he starts milking the clock here. And trying to remember some other games. I can't really remember much other games. I have a shoddy memory, but I guess we'll just talk about the rest of this game here, because he has a chance to win the game. And if I didn't mention anything, you can comment about it, and I'll probably comment back to you about it. So just mention whatever you feel like mentioning. And yeah. So we run the ball. You can definitely tell he's milking the clock. He's killing the play clock till like 11 seconds. He does not want me to grab the ball back. He wants to get, he probably wants to get a touchdown here and then maybe a 2-point conversion attempt to win the game, since I would get the ball into overtime since I'm the away team. So you can tell that right now, and he's running the ball. He's definitely not in a hurry. He knows the time is not against him right now, so he's taking his time, and I got to give him these runs, because I can't give him the pass. I got to give him these runs and just hope we can lock it up in the red zone. So that's what's happening right now, and now the clock is starting to become a little bit of a factor. He's just taking his dear sweet time, and the clock is running. 23 seconds left out of nowhere, and D'Angelo Hall gets the first down, but he has used his first timeout, and now we need a goal line stand for the win. First down and goal. Cam Newton read option completely locked up. I was on that. My teammate was on that. He calls the second timeout. 14 seconds left. Second down and goal. Cam Newton looking for the tie, but he throws an interception to Moore, and that'll do it. We take the knee there, and then we're going to take a knee on offense. Since he only has one timeout, he can't stop me from kneeing the ball. He doesn't even call it. He just let me run out the clock and end the game, thankfully, instead of delaying it a little bit more. And we come out with the win. So thankfully, we pulled that one out because it was a little bit messy. We could not play defense in the second half, but he made a critical mistake in the end. Time was against him, and plus he had the goal line to worry about. So we got the win. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Leave a like in the video if you enjoyed it. Subscribe for more Madden 25 gameplays like this. Subscribe to the channel for more of that, and I will catch you guys next time.